Good afternoon. It is an honor and a privilege to welcome all of you here today to our 2016 West De Pere High School commencement ceremony. As we begin our program, I would like to introduce and thank our Board of Education members that are with me on stage this afternoon. Thank you for your servant leadership, dedication, vision, and time commitment to our school district. First, our Board of Education President, Mr. Joe Bergner. Our Vice President, Mrs. Jenny Foos. Our Treasurer and Chair of our Finance Committee, Mrs. Barb Van Derzen. Our Board Clerk, Mr. Tom Vandehei. And our newly elected board member, Mr. Scott Borley. We are very grateful for your service to the School District of West De Pere. Next, I would like to thank all of you in attendance this afternoon, parents, grandparents, relatives, and friends of this year's graduation class, and the entire West De Pere community for your emotional and financial support. Your commitment to our students and staff is very much appreciated, and together we will sustain our vision of pride and excellence. Thank you to our administrative team for providing the vision, guidance, and support to our teachers and students. And thank you to our dedicated teachers and support staff for your daily work ethic, willingness to learn cutting-edge instructional practices, and for your quality service to our students. Finally, thank you, the class of 2016. Thank you for your gifts of knowledge, compassion, perseverance, empathy, wisdom, and understanding. Your journey to this moment was not always easy, but now you are prepared to leave this wonderful high school and community and venture into a new world of great promise, new opportunities, challenges, and new lives. We are confident that we have prepared you well. Keep your dreams alive in spite of whatever obstacles get in your way. Have the fortitude to do the right thing, not the easy thing. Look for all possibilities to be successful and strive for something meaningful for our world. Let me close with a message to all of you taken from a few of the lyrics from country music star Tim McGraw's latest hit. I bet you didn't think I knew who Tim McGraw was. When the dreams you're dreaming come to you, when the work you put in is realized, let yourself feel the pride, but always stay humble and kind. Don't expect a free ride from no one. Don't hold a grudge or a chip. And here's why. Bitterness will keep you from flying. Always stay humble and kind. Hold the door, say please, say thank you. Don't steal, don't cheat, don't lie. I know you got mountains to climb, but always stay humble and kind. Congratulations, class of 2016. I wish you the very, very best in the future. Thank you.
Hello, everyone, and good afternoon. Upon reflection, what makes me most proud of the work I've done since I began going to West De Pere High School is the person I have become. I think the reason why high school is dubbed being the best days of our lives is because of the experience we go through at that time in our life. I would not be the person I am today without going through what I did. Dating, heartbreak, making new friends, losing old friends, losing loved ones, or traveling the country. The list goes on. Whether you've realized it or not, the person you are today is completely different from the person who walked into high school 4 years ago. I couldn't be any more thankful for the people who I have come to know in my years here as a student. My teachers and friends have had a great impact in molding me into a great student and supportive friend. As we live our lives, we encounter many good times and many bad. The single action that proves our ability to change and shape ourselves into something bigger and better is our ambition to keep moving forward. One of the greatest challenges you'll face as you go through life is continuing to be the best you possible. High school students in this day and age are expected to do a lot, and then some. We juggle athletics, extracurriculars, volunteer work, and part-time jobs. We have to make time for our friends, family, and even ourselves. Day in and day out, we put in the work necessary to be not only high-achieving students, but contributing members to our society. I think we all can agree when I say that there are days when we wanted to give up and throw in the towel, but we kept going and pushed through the hard times. I truly mean it when I say I am proud of every single graduating student in the audience today. Every hardship or positive event you've been through has unlocked something great in you. Although some of us may not feel ready for this next chapter in our life, I guarantee that you're capable of more than you think. High school changes you in the best and worst ways possible. I think it's time to stop making excuses and get out there and do something for a change. You don't need to win a Nobel Prize or make millions of dollars as a surgeon. You just need to be the best you possible, and life will take care of the rest. We all have our flaws, no matter how small, but every person walking across this stage today has blossomed into an amazing human being. I wish you all the best of luck in your future endeavors. Thank you.
As I stand here today, I'm honored to be speaking at our graduation, but I know that all of you are super eager to get up and get your diploma, so I'll try to make this as short and sweet as possible. Looking back on our past 4 years here, we all had our fair share of successes, like acing a test or winning a big game, but we also had failures too, like completely bombing a test or maybe even falling down the stairs. Regardless of how each individual day was, as a whole, I hope you all carry high school with you as a positive memory. In order to fully recognize our careers here at West De Pere High School, it is important to thank the ones who helped us get this far. First off, thank you to our school district for making technology so readily accessible for us as a way to enhance our learning, but more importantly, for not blocking our access to SparkNotes and Schmoop, so we actually had a chance at passing college credit English. With that being said, everyone knows that we are the generation of technology, but I hope that in the future we all still have the courage to make sure that we don't lose our ability to stand up to someone face to face or stand in someone else's shoes in order to recognize the similarities we will always have as people. We have to remember that technology isn't our future, we are our own future. Next, it is important to thank our teachers for all of the time they've dedicated in teaching us everything from centripetal forces and thermochemistry to Shakespeare and poetry. West De Pere High School is full of caring teachers who encourage us to define ourselves as we choose, to always put our best foot forward, but also to never put others down in order to further ourselves. There is no better example of this than Madame Gutchow, a teacher who mistakenly gets called mom more than anyone else, but someone who truly treats her students as if they're her own children. A teacher who is not only worried about her students learning how to conjugate French verbs, but someone who is more concerned with showing them what it truly means to be a good person, and someone who has left a positive mark on the lives of probably every one of my classmates without even realizing it. So thank you, Madame J, and every other teacher who has devoted the past 4 years into making each one of us into the best possible versions of ourselves. I think it is necessary to next thank our parents for never giving up on us. Raising teenagers must be a pretty stressful job, but as I look around at my classmates, I can say all you parents did a pretty nice job. So thank you for all of the constant love, support, and encouragement. Even though we don't like to admit that our parents were right, we really couldn't have made it through high school without you. More than anything, I want to thank my classmates for making the past 4 years so memorable. Together, we survived every WKCE testing day, walking up the stairs to the loft between every class, and the attempted ban on girls wearing leggings. At one point, high school was stressful, overbearing, and just too much for all of us. But I just wanted to thank my classmates for making everything fun. So when we look back, we don't think of all the math homework and English papers. We think of each other and remember all the ways we made school enjoyable. Thank you all for making high school a positive experience for me and everyone else sitting around you. So I guess my advice to you all is that just like our 4 brief years of high school, what makes life so precious is that it doesn't last forever. I say this as a reminder that time flies, so don't waste it missing out on opportunities, because as Shu taught us, in the long run, we're all dead. Go out and make this life your own. Today is a day where we look forward into the next chapter of our lives, but don't forget to look back and thank the ones who made it possible for you to get where you're going today. Thank you.
Good afternoon. We've made it. After 4 years of determination, commitment, and certainly in this last month, our patience wearing thin, we have reached the finish line. I know they say this every year, but we should have believed them when they said it would go fast. Really, only a short while ago, we were freshmen, embarking on what seemed to be the first day of the rest of our lives. We fumbled with our locks, scrambled to gather all our utensils for our upcoming class, and shyly slipped by the upperclassmen. But now we are here. And what's next? Many of us, all we have ever known is West De Pere. Now we launch ourselves into a new age, an age of discovery within ourselves. Whether we are going near or far, or our next chapter is a university, tech school, the military, or the workforce, we will be pushed out of our comfort zone. Soon we will all be the new kid. We will all have to find a new place to fit. And that's okay. To immerse yourself into something new and to face change head on is to grow. Surely we will find ourselves stumbling. In fact, at certain points in the coming months, we may find ourselves alluding back to the shy freshmen fumbling with their locker. But as Mr. Batten's lab table says so well, smooth seas do not make skillful sailors. Truly, without challenges, we cannot advance in life. At times, the puzzle pieces won't fit, and we all know forcing them will do no good. It might rain on your parade. You might get stuck between a rock and a hard place. But between ourselves, the new relationships we will soon create, and everlasting growth we will undertake, there is no puzzle piece that won't one day fit, no umbrella we won't be able to find, and no rock we cannot push out of the way. And with bad comes good. While we step into the unknown, we will soon find ourselves making everlasting friendships, perhaps acing that first college-level test, finding new hobbies, maybe even a new outlook on life through a student group or local club. The rest of our lives are at our fingertips, and there is reason to make the most of it. Life magazine's mission statement says, "To see the world, things dangerous to come to see behind walls, to draw closer, to find each other, and to feel. That is the purpose of life." Whatever it may be, as much as we are subject to the challenges, we will find the places to soar twice as high. Nothing is out of reach as we too find ways to draw closer, find each other, and discover our own essence of life. We are a class collectively ready to get our hands on the wheel and go. We will find that the drive and intuition that each and every one of us holds will allow us to go further. And so we go on, taking what we know up to this point and projecting it out into life as we know it. The time has come to take the leap of faith, and I certainly believe what's to come for each and every one of us isn't anything we can't handle. May we continue to hold our heads high, striving for the best, but remaining humble and patient when we receive the worst. For the times good fortune and success is thrown our way, may we count our blessings. Congratulations to each and every one of you. Remember that there will always be a way, regardless of what our futures hold. Thank you, and best of luck to the class of 2016.
For the last 4 years of high school, we've spent our days in and out of classrooms learning different curriculum. 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, we spent taking notes, working on projects, and learning new things. However, some of the most important lessons we did not learn in class, rather through the people around us and our individual experience. We've learned to challenge ourselves to the best of our ability, persevere when life can get difficult, and most importantly, not to take life too seriously. Whether we learn these things from our teachers, peers, or through ourselves, these lessons don't just apply to high school, they apply to life. Going into high school was exciting. I think we all eagerly awaited the freedom that high school had, and at least for me, the extended passing time. 6 extra minutes, there's a lot you could do with that. However, with great power comes great responsibility. Not to get cliche with superhero movies, but this power, or freedom, did come with a trade-off. In our case, AP classes were the overlooming nemesis of all incoming high schoolers. We'd been warned that high school would be challenging, more so than middle school ever was. And as the years went on, we realized it. Year after year, we encountered new challenges. Whether it was surviving a tough class or studying to pass an AP exam, we all found ourselves pushed to our limits. But we did hear encouragements from the upperclassmen, a common phrase being, if you can survive Batten's class, you can get through anything. That held true. I really do believe I can survive anything. Sophomore year, we all got over our fear of public speaking and presented speeches in front of our classes. Junior year, we braved the ACT. And senior year, probably the most challenging, we've had to be patient while counting down the days to graduation. Throughout high school, we've had to overcome challenges and learn to accept that life gets difficult, but we need to continue challenging ourselves. Whether in school, sports, the arts, or social activities, we've realized how important it is to take on challenges. With these challenges came our next lesson, learning to persevere. It'd be easy to quit, drop out of a class, ditch a sport, decide to check out of school permanently, but we didn't. We're sitting here today because we accepted those challenges and continued to try. This doesn't mean we didn't fail. Sometimes we did. We've all hit the wall at some point, whether it was a grade we felt we didn't deserve or a consequence of our actions. We've all been there. But what's important is that we continued. We all had the strength and determination to keep going, which paid off. I smile when I think about how earlier this year, the school attempted to give us new chili Crispitos. Now, for those of you who don't know, Chili Crispito Day is like Christmas. Students rush to the lunchroom so that they can get them nice and hot. However, on this day, the students got something different, and the outcome was astounding. Students were so passionate about, yes, lunch, but also having a voice to change the school, even if it was something so small as Chili Crispitos. And it worked. They politely announced that the old Crispitos would be back for the next Chili Crispito Day. So yes, sometimes we faced huge challenges that we had to push through, and sometimes we fought for our favorite food. But either way, we learned to continue moving through life, even when it gets tough. Lastly, we learned to enjoy life. They say high school is the best 4 years of a person's life. Considering all of the stressful events going on, that may be hard to believe, but we were able to make it fun. Yes, grades are important, and yes, you probably should have studied harder for that math final, but it was also crucial not to take it all too seriously. Raving during passing time homecoming week, cheering on the school team, win or lose, even face swapping with your favorite teachers were all important parts of high school. From milestones such as letting loose at school dances to small things, such as having a soccer tournament with the foreign language classes, we take with it all of us. With the stress came the fun. Only when we were able to take a step back and remember that it's okay if you didn't do too well on that 10-page essay, as long as you spent your time enjoying these moments, because they won't last forever. You're only in high school once. These last 4 years have had ups and downs for all of us, but we got through them as a class, a team, a community, a family. Teachers and staff and other students taught us all valuable lessons. Yes, we learned what a synecdoche is and memorized the quadratic formula, but we also learned to challenge ourselves, and with these challenges, never stop trying. And finally, we learned to enjoy ourselves. Find the balance of life between work and play, and you'll accomplish anything you set your mind to. If you treat every challenge with the same passion as when they changed your chili Crispitos, nothing will stop you. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Welcome to West Pere High School. I want to clarify, I did not change the chili Crispitos. I have no authority in the cafeteria. And I don't match, obviously. To our choir and band students, Mrs. Rolland and Mr. Galaney, thank you so much for all the wonderful music you give the school and community. Please give them another round of applause. I have on my desk a notification from the magazine Newsweek. Newsweek annually ranks America's best high schools. Our high school, West Pere, has cleared the initial qualifying stage. We do not get that recognition without the hard work, dedication, and commitment of our 4K through 12 teachers, administrators, and support staff. All staff, please stand to be recognized. With all the programs and activities we have in May, I don't start thinking about graduation until later in May. I try to find some inspiration from an event, a program, successes throughout the year. But for some reason, for the last 12 years, I haven't had a writer's block, but this year I had writer's block. Several times I walked through the halls and would see senior students outside the classroom doing schoolwork, so I started asking for speech ideas. My friend Yone said that I should say something funny. Okay, Yone, what is my funny material? She said, I didn't know. She said, you could always go with a quote. I said, no, I've done that a couple years ago. Lauren, Amy, Abby, and Lydia were sitting in the science hallway, and I asked them for speech ideas. They said, be funny. Again, with no material, I didn't know what to say. My friend Casey told me just talk about him. I could do a speech about Casey and all that he's contributed to West Pere High School over the years. Okay, Casey, that's all I got. Well, most recently I learned this class is really fascinated by forks. Yes, I saved one. Those of you in the audience, I apologize. You'll have to ask a graduate about this class's intense interest in forks after the ceremony. So with nothing else to talk about, I thought I'd talk about forks. The word fork comes from the Latin word furca, for pitchfork. The fork was most likely invented in the Eastern Roman Empire and most commonly in use by the 4th century. Several fork quotes. Every moment is a fork in the road. The road you take will shape your future. And the most often recited fork quote is from Yogi Berra. When you arrive at a fork in the road, take it. So while the students I talked to were looking for funny, this sign was posted at the school last Wednesday. I will say I'm most proud of two things. One is they spelled my name right. And one is they have the right phone number. They went so far as to make sure they put the proper extension on there, so thank you. At first, I wasn't sure, while some of my friends must have driven by in the morning were texting me, how much? How much? Now, I'm sure that in this very large gathering of family and friends, many of us have actually sold a home, maybe even more than one. We all realize that the one thing we have to do to prepare the house is clean. I mean really clean, from top to bottom, before we can show the house. So since seniors Brianna, Allie, Amy, Abby, Jordan, Bailey, Maddie, and Abby thought we should sell the school, we need them to clean this 300,000 square foot building. Ladies, I pulled your diplomas and will return them. I will return your diploma when I see you Monday at school. Now that's funny. Congratulations, seniors. Now it is with great pride that I present to our school board president, my friend, Mr. Joe Bergner, the class of 2016 for graduation.
Wow. I got to say, I've got one of the best jobs there is. I get to look out over these fine ladies and gentlemen in their black and orange. And I got to tell you, this is one of my favorite times of the year. Good afternoon to the parents, families, friends, staff, and the class of 2016. It is a great privilege to have this opportunity to speak to you today on behalf of the West De Pere Board of Education. Before I begin, I want to take a moment to applaud the faculty and administration of our past school year activities made for the young people of our district. Because of you, our students receive an excellent education here at West De Pere. This is evident in the high graduation percentage of 98%, as well as the amount of scholarship funding of over $1.1 million received by this class. A salute to the class of 2016 for earning your diploma and bringing so much life to our district. Because of students, families, and staff like you, West De Pere is truly a district of choice. So graduates, what's next? President John F. Kennedy was quoted as saying, "Efforts and courage are not enough without purpose and direction." Possibly for the first time in your life, your purpose and direction are totally up to you. Mom and Dad and others have done their job and prepared you for this moment. So what does all this mean? You may choose to further your education. Many of you have already accepted college and technical schools. You may join the military. I know some of you have made that commitment. And I personally applaud you for your dedication to protecting our country's freedoms and security. Or you may enter the workforce. The fact is, it is now up to you to choose your purpose and direction, and the choices are endless. Whatever your choices, we as a society need you to become leaders in your world. We need you to take responsibility for yourself, be humble, have a good work ethic, be prudent, and be faithful. Whatever it is that you do, find your passion. Steve Jobs, co-founder of Apple, once wrote, "If you are working on something exciting that you really care about, you don't have to be pushed. The vision will pull you." I believe Steve Jobs followed his passion and became a leader in his own world, and with his vision, helped many of us in ours. I encourage you to do all that you can Do not be afraid to fail. Nelson Mandela was quoted as saying, "The greatest glory in living lies not in never failing, but in rising up every time you do." You see, sometimes we gain the most knowledge from our mistakes. The key is to learn from your mistakes and not make the same mistake over again. I encourage you to reflect and learn from the past, live in the present, and plan for your future. In closing, let me quote Albert Einstein. "Everybody is a genius, but if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will spend its whole life believing it is stupid." Be yourself, be true to yourself. Be who you are, but understand that everyone is not always going to like you. Love what you do. Wake up every day and ask yourself, how can I make a difference today? Wherever the road may take you, continue to make us all proud of who you are. Dr. Gerke, on behalf of the West De Pere Board of Education, it is my honor and privilege to accept these graduates as the class of 2016.
Jacob Walter Apps. Avery Brandon Acker. Madison Christine Ackley.
I need that diploma back. I need that diploma back. Excuse me a second, we have a problem with our order.
Madison Christine Ackley. Dana Joan Ambrosius. Gretchen Claire Andrews. Blade Lee Ansel. Willow Johanna Bain. Christopher Michael Baker. Brianna Renee Bauman. Owen Patrick Belanger. Francesca Elizabeth Belrud. Jacob Joseph Benoit. Noah Lawrence Byer. Barney Kindred Black II. Lauren Whitney Bowden. Sydney Ellen Boss. Kyle Jordan Bornt. Nicholas Gregory Burish. Alexander James Carlson. Emily Christine Carpenter. Stephen Charles. Jessica Michelle Shukera. Kendra Marie Christensen. Tamara Yvonne Conway Marshall. Jade Alexis Cornelius Dubon. Easton Thomas Crevier. Yonehote Gail Danforth. Paul Jacob Deacon. Jasper John Demerath. Jordan Evan DeCane. Eric John DeSormo. Jacob Robert Devine. Pierce Kendrick Devlin. Nathaniel William Diedrich. Montana Gilbert Deem. Michaela Marie Dietzen. Abigail Lou Draves. Alexandra Amy Elby. Zachary Allen Farver. Colton Reed Forget. Allison Marie Fulweiler. Chloe Maria Gibson. Robert William Gildernick. Emily Josephine Gullicky. Trista Marie Gonzalez. Amy Lynn Govan. Nathaniel Roger Gretzen. Alyssa Ty Grooms. Joshua John Lee Groth. Ryan Christian Hager. Alexander Scott Hagland. Haley Ann Hartke. Danielle Jamie Hendricks. Devin Jesse Hendricks. Shauna Lee Hendricks. Samuel Glenn Hireman. Abrielle Ann Hibbard. Janae Nicole Hibbs. Carissa Mary Hill. Lydia Ann Hilsheim. Aaron William Holt. Carlene Ann Holt. Jacob Anton Haslett. Isaiah Joseph Ruby Wabino. Daniel Robert Hiddle. Alex Michael Jankovic. Zachary Christian Jensen. Anna Marie Johnson. Jared Alexander Jordan. Caitlin Elizabeth Jorns. Mackenzie Ray J. Jurgens McGoy. Caitlin Marie Kane. Jordan Mary Kean. Peyton Nicole Kellum. Cole Joseph Kempen. Michael William Kiernan. Alyssa Ray Klug. Zachary Gordon Koken. Casey Charles Kadanko. Tyler John Krause. Lauren Taylor Kirchma. Bryce Michael Keel. Evan William Cuso. Kyle John Cuso. Hannah Alexis Lancel. Michael Thomas Larson. Alex Michael Lavalle. Owen Andrew LeBrun. Nicole Christine Lindquist. Hunter John Linson. Sam Jerome Loomis. Fisher Anthony Lewis. Tyler Brink Marsick. Tanner Chase Marchand. Bailey Ann Marcus. Morgan Ryan Martins. Megan Elizabeth Massey. Parker Dane Mathewson. John Bradley McGinley. Joshua Matthew Malentiev. Kennedy Burton Momarts. Taylor Marie Mudd. Emily Marissa Mulhern. Star Lynn Nault. Nevin Joseph Neerdales. Nicholas Raymond Floyd Netzer. Alexander Prince Noble. Mackenzie Jean Olson. Zachary Thomas Olszewski. Jonah Dale Osterberg. Jacob Michael Oyster. Luke Henry Paneer. Daniel Robert Paulson. Allison May Pulowski. Katie Lynn Peters. Haley Lynn Peters. Michaela Ann Peters. Justin Michael Phillips. Colton James Rabideau. Emma Kristen Ray. Madison Moore Reed. Luke Michael Reimer. Alyssa Grace Ribbons. Trevor Matthew Rolshin. Jacob Kelly Rowland. Corey James Rothering. Trevor John Roosh. Paige Anastasia Schaefer. Braden James Schmidt. Briar Kalen Schmoke. Nicholas Robert Schomer. Austin James Schranz. Angela Sarah Schweckler. Emily Marie Seifert. Kristen Therese Serwin. Michael Kevin Sheehy. Robert Carl Schuckart Jr. Shelby Lee Siebers. Macario Avron Sierra. Joseph Michael Sinclair. Brandon Kevin Skenador. Malcolm Jamal Smalls. Matthew Riley Smith. Valerie Rose Smith. Dominic John Smits. Brent Michael Stengel. Emily Faith Stengel. Hannah Lydia Steele. Kelly Donald Stevens Jr. Jason Edward Matthew Steber. Noah Wallace Tansey. Caitlin Ann Teskey. Tyler William Tews. Korea Marie Thompson. Nicholas Patrick Tyson. Elena Danae Trimble. Rachel Morgan Trimble. Jamie Lee Turiff. Madeline Grace Turriff. Dylan Wayne Gerald Unson. Abigail Peters Vandehey. Callista Lee Vandehey. Matthew Charles Vanden Langenberg. Hunter Daniel Vandeven. Kyle Reese Vandeven. Noah Daniel Vinninkenvoord. Cole David Van Freychen. Dylan Matthew Vanko. Amaya Michelle Varela. Courtney Marie Wall. Alexander Christian Oligny Wynette. Austin John Willems. Jordan Lee Wolt. Jada Lee Younger. Deborah Zayas Sanchez. David Anthony Zellner. Thomas Scott Zimmerman. And me, Adam Paul Sanders. You can now move your tassel to the other side.
Hello, I bow. To my fellow classmates, congratulations on finally becoming high school graduates. To everybody else in attendance today, congratulations as well, because as noted in your program, I'm the last speech of the day, meaning we're almost done. I was going to start off with telling the first day of our freshman year, but to be honest, that's really cliche, and nobody actually remembers that day. I couldn't tell you what I was wearing, what classes I had, or what I was even nervous about coming into it. And I can definitely tell you that anyone who says they were afraid of getting shoved into a locker or trash can is lying, and they're being way overdramatic. The reason that I don't remember any of those little details is because those aren't the memories that are important to me or really to any of us. When we look back and think about the last 4 years of high school, we're not going to remember the daily assignments we completed or the drama that was going on in the hallways. We're going to remember the relationships that we built and ultimately the family that we've created in our community. Even though we do carry our own individuality, today we graduate as one class. To think that any of us got to this fortunate day without any help from each other would be inaccurate. We stayed up late comparing answers, told each other the answer to the test when the teacher wasn't looking, and spent the last couple minutes of passing time copying homework that we chose not to do. Besides for clearly developing procrastination habits, we bonded with one another and created friend groups, or in simpler terms, squads, that will last forever. Whether it involves athletic teams, school clubs, or just standing in the hallway, we are constantly given the opportunity to meet new people and form new relationships. From my experience in high school, there is no greater school setting to build relationships upon than a game of badminton and team sports, standing outside during one of the very real fire alarms we had to deal with, or during one of Mr. Ulm or Batten's Jeopardy games. And definitely not the science-related questions, but the Christmas or Disney-themed questions. These friendships are not isolated to just students, but teachers as well. Despite the amount of busy work that they give out that they believe enhanced our education, we still became close with them and created significant relationships. They truly care about the value of our education and even take the time out of their own personal lives to coach our favorite sports and organize our clubs. To anyone who hasn't attended this school, you would be surprised how far these teachers will go to improve our lives. I personally will never forget Mrs. Cron standing on top of a desk, cutting my hair with safety scissors because my mom had done a whack job the night before. Or when Mr. Hamp chose to serenade the class with a lullaby on his ukulele. In his defense, he was preparing for his first child to be born, but it was still weird. Even though copying homework and answering trivia questions about Disney princesses didn't make us any smarter, these experiences have made us into the unique people that sit here today. So as we move on to our new communities, whether it be close to home, across the country, or even MIT for one specific genius, we will face a whole new world of people that will help us grow even more than we already have in the past 4 years. It is important that we all acknowledge the impact that our West Sevier community has had on shaping who we are. Moving forward, we need to continue growing as individuals while still representing our school with the same class and integrity that the preceding alumni have modeled. And tomorrow, if you don't remember a single word I said in the past few minutes, remember the people and ultimately the moments that made you proud to be considered a West Superior Phantom. Thank you.
Someone paid for those, and probably not you. Please remain seated as the graduates exit the field house. Go ahead.